Good day, Dumelang, goeiedag. My name is Onalen Nabadibela. I am a fourth year student here in the Northwest University, and I am making these videos, to help those who might be coming to NW next year as first year students. Because, there are a lot of misconceptions, there are a lot of things that first year students don't usually understand or do wrongly before they come here. So this is going to be my first ever video, and it's going to cover the basics. It's going to cover the do's and don'ts of the things that you should either do um, or complete or have before you can think of coming here. But these are for people who are sure, who are 100% sure that they will be here in the NW next year. You have accepted your conditional offer, and you are just ready to pack. So here I have my notebook with me so that I can remember all the points that I have noted down. There's a few. The first one, guys, is the fees. So if you want to further your studies, you're from grade 12 or you have taken a gap year or gap years, you need to ensure that you're going to have some sort of sponsorship. It's either from your parents, from the bursary, from the student loan, whatever. Just make sure that you are having a certain type of sponsorship, right? Don't just assume that because you are accepted, you will automatically be able to register without having any sort of financial assistance or financial evidence, right, that you might have. And here, things are different for those students who will be staying in campus and off campus. So if you're staying in campus, you are going to need to pay a certain amount of registration fee. It usually increases yearly, but not that much, right? So the last time I was a first year student here, it was around 20K. So you need to have something like between 20 to 25K as your registration if you're staying in campus. Reason being, this is your first deposit towards your registration and your tuition fees. However, if you're going to be staying off campus, you can only maybe pay a minimum of 11 or 12 or 13K as your registration fee because you won't be staying in campus. So you just need to worry yourself about the money to register as a student staying off campus, right? And you need to ensure that you're placed in a certain um, residence for you to call yourself right now a student who will be staying in campus. You need to have already been placed. Okay, good. Another thing is the registration process. So NW is very advanced and they like making things easy for us, right? You don't have to travel all the way from Eastern Cape to here just to register. You can simply do it on your phone, guys. I feel like if you don't have a smartphone, you can go to the internet cafe. You will simply need your student number that you have been allocated and your login details, which is the password that you usually use to check your application status. So you will immediately when you log in into the website www.nw.ac.za, you will have um, an option that says register. Like there will be a lot of options, but you need to mainly put your focus on the one that says register so that you can start your registration process. And then there will be some pre-selected modules for you, and then you will have to add some few modules that you'll be doing for that particular year. So you register yearly. You don't register once for the entire 3 years or 4 years period of your degree, right? And again, You might be wondering, where are you going to take these modules? You don't know anything about a module. You don't know anything about the module codes. Where are you going to take these things? There is something again in the NW website called a yearbook. Guys, a yearbook is very important because you just search the name of the course that you have been accepted for, right? And after that, you look at those modules. There will be there will be modules that you need to select on your on yourself, right? For yourself when you are registering. So those are the modules that you take. You can either write them like on a piece of paper. It's few modules usually. You register once per year, so you're gonna have to register for the first and second semester at once, right? But however, since NW is such a great university, if you make some sort of mistakes while registering for a room module or not selecting the adequate amount of modules, here we are having what we call the add and drop period, whereby you can go to your academic advisor or you can go to anywhere that any relevant office that deals with academics to ask them to review your POR, your proof of registration, to say, is this the correct number of modules? Because remember that the add and drop period, it has a closing time, right? And if you the closing the due date for the add-on drops has lapsed, my friend, you will be in trouble, because now you'll be carrying a module that you don't necessarily need. So you need to ensure that you check the yearbook. Again, you come to your academic officers, guys. We have the SCCs, we have the SR, and if you're staying in campus, we have the HCs, the hostel committee. They can help you with these things, especially your hostel committee. If you're staying in campus, the day that you move in, you can like hand them your POR or your proof of registration to evaluate whether you have registered for the right modules, right? You don't want to be doing mistakes. So the third point that I'm going to discuss is the POR. This POR, guys, is um, the proof that you have indeed enrolled with NW, and it will be sent immediately after you complete your registration online. It will be sent to you via email and SMS instantly. Sometimes it can take maybe like a couple of hours or maybe a day or two, but to me it has always been instantly. Immediately after I complete the registration process, I get the SMS that you have now registered with the institution for a certain course as an SMS. And that when you check your emails, you will also receive your POR in PDF format to say that you have indeed enrolled. And then after that, after you get those SMSs and emails, can you please print them out? Because when you, in order for you to have access to the university, you need to show it to at the gate to our security officers to say that I am not trying to do some walking, because NW doesn't allow walkings, guys. Um, I'm a student, so this thing is like your ID. It gives it is basically the evidence that you are part of NW as well, and it is for your safety. NW cannot just allow everyone to enter the gate, right? So print those out and hand them to your security officers so that they can ensure that you are indeed a student. The fourth point that I'm going to discuss is the student card. So if you're staying off campus, guys, you can go to this building F17 in the main campus. You can go there and ask for your student card there. They will make it for you immediately they will simply take a picture of you and then hand you your student card. Do I have mine here? I don't think I have, but it's fine anyways. I wanted to show you guys my student card. Okay, I don't have it with me, but this card is like your digital key. What it basically do is that it gives you access to your classes, it gives you access to the campus, it gives you access to the residence. So you need your student card for for a lot of things, right? And if you are staying in campus, you can basically get your student card at the residence that you have been placed in, right? Usually at the admin, when you move in, on the day that you move in, you can ask the lady at the admin or the gentleman at the admin to help you with your student card, because sometimes they already have it there if you have done it online. I remember when I was going to do my first year here, I did it online. They just asked us to send our pictures and they did it instantly for us. And then we just had to take it at the um, okay. The other point that you need to take into consideration is the car ticket, the car parking ticket. If you are a student who is coming here with a car, please make the F17 office aware of that, right? I don't have a car, so I don't know like what process will that lead to, but just make them aware of that. Even your residents, make them aware if you're coming with your own bed, if you're coming with your anything, just make them aware. Okay, fine. The other point that I'm going to discuss is accommodation in campus. So we are having different types of accommodations here. We have males and female residences with different facilities offered. In the residence that I am staying in here, particularly, it has a bed, it has a heater, it has what? The shelves, the cupboards, the wardrobes. But I had to buy my own fridge, I had to buy my own stove, my own microwave, my own basically a lot of things. You have to come with your own electronics. They don't have like a library or a computer lab, but they have like I think one or two computers per block where I'm staying. So you need to ensure that you don't come here with a double bed or a single bed, or you can call your the res that you have been placed in. Usually at the bottom of the email that you will be sent to say that you have been placed at a residence, you will see the name of the residence officer, and then you can contact that residence officer just to ask them of what to bring, what not to bring, and they will go with you through the list of the things that you can bring here, guys. Um, but a fridge for me was a definite must, a stove, a my own printer. What else? Like other personal things like the cutlery. What else again? Not a lot, because they have showers that have cold and warm water 24/7. Again, we have our own kitchen. The kitchen only comes with a sink, guys, nothing else. So you need to ensure that when you go to the kitchen, you have your own things like a stove. And guys, remember that you are not allowed to cook in your rooms. So you need to actually have a stove, a working stove, usually like not the spiral, because they say the spiral is hazardous and can like cause fires easily. So like the flat plate stove, not the spiral one. And what else? Like your own pots, your own pans, um, everything else, your own toiletry, your own stationery. Here, guys, you buy your own things. No one will provide you with anything. So that is things that you need to take into consideration, guys, as we are going to December. Before you overspend on festive Christmases, those Christmas dinners, those presents, those clothes, remember that you are actually going to need a lot of things in the residence, guys. What the residence will give you as an in-campus student is just the t-shirt. I got the t-shirt and the cap to say that welcome, and that's all. So you need to be like well aware that you have to bring your own things. And again, you can the name of the rest that you've been placed in, you can just search it on social media so that you can see the size of your room. That is it a big or small room, so that you don't bring um, a lot of things that are not gonna fit, and then you have to like remain with those things for the entire year. So, yes. And another thing, when I was talking about fees, I forgot to say something about the international students. If you're an international student coming from any country around the globe, you will have to pay your full tuition fee um, before you can get your proof of registration. So you need to pay, if maybe your tuition fee for the entire year is 100,000, you need to pay it instantly before you can get your proof of residence. Like that's just how they do things, guys. So I'm tipping you off. You're coming from Botswana, you're coming from Zambia, you're coming from anywhere, guys. Just know that everything up front for international students. Don't forget your passports. Another thing is the accommodation for the off-campus students. Is that for off-campus learners, guys, it's a bit harsh out there. We are having what is this? Student hubs that are claiming that they can provide. I'm not going to mention names because I am not affiliated with any of those hubs. However, there are those people who are claiming that they can give you a room. You need to pay upfront for a fee for what, before you actually get your room, and then you may find out that that was actually a scam. So, just to be on the safe side, guys, ensure that the person or the organization that is going to help you get a room there is actually legit, right? Because people are being scammed. Imagine coming all the way from across the country, across the globe, only to find out that you have already paid 4,000 rand for placement fee for a room that doesn't exist, in a rest that doesn't even exist, to someone who faked their name and WhatsApp, and they can actually um, make advertisements that look legit. However, for those residences which are legit, this is what you must expect, guys. We are having this thing such as a top up. So, especially, it affects those who are having bursaries, right? Because if maybe your bursary, the cap amount for the residence is 50,000 rand, and the rent for that room is 80,000 rand, you will need to pay the remaining 20,000 on your own. They will give you like a plan on how you can pay it. It's either you can pay monthly, you can pay um, quarterly, or you can pay in full. That will be your choice, and like the agreement that you're going to have with the residents. And you need to know that this top up fees, they most likely to like increase yearly, because guys, we are having issues like electricity bills going up, water, this and this and this, the maintenance costs. So if the top up um, fee for a certain residence was this year was 20,000 rand. Next year, you can expect it to be 25,000 rand. I'm just giving you a heads up. So you just need to communicate with the relevant people, contact the university, contact the people from F1 office to assist you with these things, guys. I'm not saying that you need to contact me. The contact details of the university, you can freely get them on Google. No one should say that they are going to sell contact details of the finance office to you. Just search NW contact details, NW finance contact details, NSFAS, like the finance, they can help you with NSFAS, they can help you with FUNSA, they can help you with any form of financial question that you may have. So nobody actually needs to say that they are saving the contact details of the university. I know that the scams, they are trying their things as much as the festive season is approaching. They are hustling. All right, fine. Again, the other point was the furniture in campus. I've already mentioned this. So in my campus, we are having, you don't have to buy a couch sometimes, like before you come. Because in my res, guys, we are having a lot of sitting rooms, as you can see. We are having couch all over. We are having sitting rooms all across. So if I don't want to stay in this sitting room, I can stay in that one, this one, that one. It's just allowed. So I don't have to buy a couch, and I didn't have to buy a bed. And yes, but the other things you need to buy them. Again, furniture off campus, guys. Life off campus is brutal if you have not yet planned accordingly, because you may need to buy a bed, you may need to buy a washing machine, you may need to buy a fridge, you may need to buy a sofa, you need to buy a lot of things that the in-campus residences are providing. So you need to like budget, guys. Don't just spend recklessly money this December, because you might actually need to buy a bed in January. And remember that the dates for first year students, they are a bit earlier than those of the senior students. And yeah, so very early January, you might be getting an SMS that start with your registration process, and you may need to come and you may need to buy those things that you need in the room. So just financially be savvy this December, guys. Like December comes every year. Don't be too much excited, parents. Again, credits for the cafeteria and at selected stops. You remember that student card I talked about, guys? This student card, you can actually load points on it. A cap of 4K, maybe. I feel like the possibilities are limitless, guys. You can tap as with it as a digital key. Again, you can tap at okay, you can tap at what is this Fanscake to buy your books, right? You can tap at it maybe at selected restaurant. You will have to ask Ore, where does this student card function? And after that, you will need to load your points. And after that, the process, guys, you can ask the people at F1, how does this work? Because I once loaded my points in there, and then I was able to purchase textbooks with my student card. Okay, I hope that this video was resourceful. I hope that it's going to go a long way in helping someone who's still at home, to just get the heads up of what is basically going to happen next year, 2026, as a first year student here in the Northwest University. And for all those who are coming here next year, I welcome in advance and have an amazing journey in the NW university. Remember that that degree is internationally recognized. So you chose right. You are actually on the right track Thank you.